So the Northern Arc is a concept of economic growth zone. Liverpool-Manchester Railway is the railway that's an important part as a catalyst to unlock that. And for it to be successful, it needs to be looking at developing economic growth opportunities that benefit local people across the route of the line, and that allows the regeneration across the Northern Arc. What we're trying to do with Liverpool-Manchester Railway is looking at doing things differently, and that means designing the impacts at a local level so we can maximise the benefit, and that's where those growth opportunity areas around the stations become really important.
To be a success, I think for me, one of the key areas is making sure the stations are doing the right job, making sure that they're doing the right job from a passenger experience point of view, but also doing the right job in terms of connecting through not just the Liverpool-Manchester Northern Arc, but also onwards to Leeds, and making sure that that connectivity is considered in the way we progress and kind of do the next bite-sized chunk of the scheme effectively. So the second point, I think, is making sure that the other stations don't just follow the same trap of falling into NVP, which has been the case for a lot of northern stations generally. We need to reassess MVP and what minimal viable product actually means to actually deliver an outcome that provides development potential and potential for growth and placemaking and general economic gain.
I think really what is absolutely critical with this is it's not just seen as another rail vanity project, and that some of the mistakes of HS2 aren't made, and that it's very much growth and regeneration and what rail investment that we need to see to be able to drive that growth and regeneration of the whole of North England, but in particular North West England, with the Liverpool-Manchester Rail Board proposals. And what is particularly good about the Liverpool-Manchester Rail Board is it's got a political board, but it's also got a private sector, academia, third sector board as well. And the public sector, the private sector and academia are working in really close partnership to look to hopefully succeed where others have failed in the past to secure rail investment.
It brings a lot of what's probably brownfield into use. It allows more affordable infrastructure for, we have problems with housing and everything, we all know about that. Using those areas and regenerating them, but allowing people to be able to actually commute somewhere for work, for various other things in an easy, manageable way. But it's not just about the railway and having that connectivity, there also has to be that truly integrated system. So as well as rail, it could be roads, road links, supermarket, all that has to come together as a whole. But we underdevelop a lot of brownfield. We've got a lot of brownfield in this country, and having those local areas to actually build on that and regenerate, we're seeing it in other areas in the south. That's what they've done over decades. We haven't had that ability in the north to the same extent. So let's save our green space and use that, and I think this is a great opportunity to do that.
The Northern Arc doesn't work without connectivity. In order to get that connectivity, you need to be invested in infrastructure. The most obvious piece of infrastructure you need to be invested in is rail, because that connects cities in the fastest way possible, and bringing everybody closer together and creating those agglomeration effects. So yeah, there are drawbacks because you will be investing in something else, but you need to look at the bigger long-term economic impact of investing in rail and the benefits that will have.
Stations as a destination is kind of one of the key points I think we need to be thinking about when we're thinking about Liverpool to Manchester rail, but also all the other Northern Rail's sort of enterprises that we're looking at as well. And that kind of drives growth and brings people towards the station, and that could be an existing station, doesn't necessarily have to be a big new station or a big redevelopment of a new station. That should happen organically. When the funding for the new development of stations comes along, the development of land around it effectively needs to be considered in the way that you actually design the stations. So when you're looking at where entrances are located and where development can happen around the station, we need to fundamentally make sure that those two things are aligned to make sure that the outcome that comes out of when you put the station there or the station improvement there, when that outcome comes to being, the development and the master planning is already in the right place to ensure that development happens in the right way to both connect people to the station but also connect people from the station to the rest of the urban grain.